Hi everyone, and welcome to my review of the brand new sports documentary, Red Army. Now, I've heard about this film for a few months now. I've been very excited to see it, though I gotta be completely honest with you, I could care less about sports. I could care less about hockey. I do remember what happened in 1980 at the Olympics, thanks to Disney and that great Miracle movie. But I didn't really know what happened on the Russian side and the history of Russia when it pertained to hockey and all the amazing achievements and defeats that they went through the 1970s and 1980s and 1990s. And that's what this film examines. It's not really interested in telling how the game of hockey is played, but just interested in examining the citizens of Russia and what they went through, the actual hockey players, of what they went through with, they love and they're proud of their country, but of their feelings of kind of how they were treated by the people that were running the country and pretty much controlling all of their lives as they played for this team, Red Army. And what was going on during the Olympics, and it's kind of interesting. We've always heard the side, at least I've always heard the side of what was going on in America. But it was really kind of nice with this film. Actually, it was really cool for the first time to hear it from the Russians themselves. Now, there is a group of Russians that are contributing to this film, but we get to know one guy. I'm going to post a picture right here, and his name, I can't really pronounce what his name is, but he is the main subject of this film and what drives the story and what hopefully will get us as an audience member interested in actually enjoying this film, hopefully. Did I enjoy it? Did I not? Let's find out. Since I really didn't know much about this story and only knew what was going on in America in hockey in the 1980s, I followed a little bit with the Kings and stuff. But, thanks to Disney, I really learned about what happened in 1980 between Russia and America. But I was really interested to find out what happened before all that and what happened after all of that. Something that I wasn't really aware of nor really cared about, but watching this documentary, I think the filmmakers did a really cool job to get you to care about Russia and what they were going through, what their players were going through, because they were just they wanted to just play the game. And at the same time they love their country, but they're also wondering when are they going to get their next meal, how are they going to survive, are they ever going to see their families again. So there's a lot of interesting things that happen, and I really like what the filmmaker really showed in this film. Yes, there's stock footage of the real games, and there's new interviews with the players and journalists and people in America that were inspired by their story and wanted to play with them and also wanted to coach for them. But I really liked that the filmmaker, the director of this movie, decided to put in kind of a lot of the outtakes of the interviews as he's really trying to get this story and trying to interview these people. And it seems like he's like, you know what? I'm going to put in all my triumphs of making this film and all my defeats. So I think there's this really interesting balance between that. Even though it's not a major part of the film, the Russians and hockey are the major importance of this story, and definitely the major subject of this documentary. But, it was kind of nice to put in that little human side of sometimes the director would ask them a question and they would be on their phone or talking to somebody and they're like, hey, wait up. I got something important to do. I'll get to your question, or maybe I won't. Maybe I don't want to answer that. And so that added a little humanity and humor and, just a difference of personality from America and Russian. So I like that dynamic that was happening in the movie. It definitely kept me entertained as I was watching it. Since I didn't know what happened to the Russians and hockey in the 70s and in the mid 80s and late 80s, I definitely learned something about what was going on during that time. And I'm glad it really just focused on what it really took for these men to play the game the best way they could, and at the same time they loved where they were from, especially with all the many changes. And this film does a good job to balance out the hockey and what's going on in their lives now, and then at the same time what was going on in Russia and all the major changes that was going on in the 1980s. I like that. It was kind of interesting to see that. You know, sometimes we're so focused on ourselves that it's nice to see this story from a different point of view. And I really enjoyed this film. I think is a great documentary, a great sports documentary. And if you're someone like me who's not into hockey or sports at all, but you want to learn something hopefully new or see something from a different point of view, I mean, we all know what happened to America in the 1980s when it pertained to hockey, but do you know what happens to Russia? Do you know what happens to Russia when it pertains to hockey? That's what you find out in this movie. And for that, I am going to give Red Army, I'm going to give the film 3.5 stars out of 4.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and share this video. And also, please check out these amazing movie websites. And if you enjoyed this review, please click here to subscribe to my channel, and also please check out all my recent reviews right here on YouTube. Have a great day, live film, find peace, happiness, and harmony in anything and everything you do, and I'll talk to you at my next movie review.